All right then. Welcome everybody to a long overdue stream. I'm sorry. I've just been not around, and I don't really have too much of a like amazing reason, but we are back. And as we said, I'm not in jail. I'm just quickly having a look because I'm a little bit worried about the stream just being a little bit choppy at the minute. Give me a moment just to have a look real quick. I'm just trying to change a few things because I'm actually trying something a little bit different today. And that is I am both streaming here on Twitch and also I'm trying out streaming on YouTube because that's a thing you can do now, apparently, without like being shouted at. So yeah, I thought I'd just give it a shot. So if it doesn't pan out and it's not something that I want to continue doing, then it's fine. I just got to make sure my computer actually can at least handle streaming twice and recording and what have you. But anyway, today we are doing something I meant to do however many weeks ago. No, nothing as interesting as that. I can't think of the word I was going to use, but no, I was not. But yeah, I was supposed to make a Mariner quite a long time ago, pretty much on release, and I did not. And so we're gonna remedy that today. I really just need to. I'm just kind of testing, so I do apologize if either stream is a bit meh today, but we're just gonna do that for a couple hours, see how it goes, and what have you. Anyway, without further ado, I need to get into game. The game I have not even touched. Like, to tell you how bad it was, I haven't even like touched Lotro ever since I recorded that video, let alone like streamed it. But yeah, we are going to be making a Mariner, see how that goes. Hopefully my camera isn't too laggy. If not, I might have to fiddle around with some settings once again. We'll see how it goes. I'm just checking the YouTube one. I hope it's not that bad. I'm actually streaming because like YouTube actually allows you to stream at a higher bit rate, in theory. So, I might drop it down. I nearly just like added a ton of problems to it. If not, the camera might just have to go off potentially. I think we're good. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna be making a Mariner. I regrettably lost my headphones. I regrettably do not have a River Hobbit yet. Though that's kind of good because if I don't have a River Hobbit, it means that I don't have to make a River Hobbit. It's bad. That's annoying. I mean, okay. I am going to do one thing and it might just magically fix everything. And if it does, I'll be a little bit sad, but I'm going to do this. Just give it a sec. And it might magically fix every issue that we've ever had in life, except like the big ones, because I can't do anything about those, unfortunately. Yeah, this is not going to be like the best stream ever in life. It's a very, hey, I'm trying things out. Yeah, I'm trying to stop recording, and it's not even doing that. So let's see. Let's see. I spent like all of last night trying to work out how well, I say all of last night, I got home at like midnight, but I spent a bit of yesterday trying to learn how to stream on YouTube, because I actually, yeah, see on Twitch it's fine, but YouTube is being like, hey, we haven't got like not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. It's also like what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stop streaming on YouTube and then restart streaming on YouTube, because I think I can't change the bitrate halfway through. I think that's the problem. Give it a sec. Apparently I'm streaming at 86 FPS. Cool. The same as YouTube's. Sweatska, thank you for the Prime. resubscription. Okay, YouTube seems to maybe hate me less. I just gotta wait for it to like catch up. Anyway, how did you know? Were you there? But yeah, we're gonna be making a high elf because it's me and I love high elves and I don't have a river hobbit. I think I was planning on making a river hobbit mariner, but I don't have river hobbit yet, and I am planning on getting it with Lotro points, but I don't want to spend money buying Lotro points just to buy river hobbit at the minute, so we're just gonna wait for a minute. Is YouTube still being like, okay, maybe it's just like because I'm watching it in the little window, and we'll just see how it goes for a minute. But I do apologize. This is going to be a really scuffed stream, like the definition of scuffed. Anyway, we're going to make a high elf. We're going to make a mariner. I have, I think, a good name for him, and I like the name, and it also matches. If anybody knows me somewhat decently about making characters, is I make a lot of Bjornings. That's the first fact. And the second fact is that I tend to make a lot of... I try and get my names to fit the character. And what I mean by that is... I try to make it so that the name means something. So, for example, my mini is called Afka, which should translate, in theory, to Dandelion, which is then a reference to The Witcher, etc., etc., etc. So that's a thing. With this one, I want to make a high elf. We're going to do Before the Shadow because at this point, honestly, if you have Before the Shadow, I don't know why you'd play it instead of, like, wouldn't play it instead of Shadow of Angmar. It's such a better intro. I have gone for the name, and let's just double check that this is actually what's in my clipboard because that would be awkward, is Classiari, which to me feels like quite a high elfy name. I don't know why, ending with the I, especially with the double I. But in theory... And obviously Latin is a very difficult thing to translate, but in theory it means sailor in Latin. So recommended bitrate is lower than what it's supposed to be. Okay, well, change it then, YouTube. Require more from me. The annoying thing about doing test streams is I can't test like the stream without doing a stream, if that makes sense. Anyway, Classiari. I've already got my own character name incorrect. Yeah, okay, should be better. Cool. I'm hoping that that maybe the bitrate goes up now that I've like given it more. If not, we might just have to live with a slightly lower bitrate for the first stream. But I'm hoping to do this a little bit more consistently. Anyway, Classiari. I totally have to think of a shorter. He's just gonna be called Class. But we're going to do some Before the Shadow. Mariner, I want to get to maybe 20. I probably won't. Because it's in the UK, at least some of the holiday time at the minute, I have to start earlier. So I actually have to be at work at like 6 o'clock tomorrow. So I need a little bit of sleep. So we might be finishing a little bit earlier. I'll be interested to see how the streams come out on YouTube, only because, oh my god, I can move the balance panel. It's amazing. Only because I'm not recording this stream right now, so I'm hoping the quality comes out decent. If not, I just might have to use Twitch's temporarily. Twitch quality. I'm joking. Anyway, I have not played Mariner since I got the preview of Mariner when the preview came out, so be interesting to see how all this goes, if I actually remember any of it or not. I actually don't really remember much, but that's also just me. I've probably forgotten how to play the game as a whole. What am I? I've got the plainest cloak in the world, but maybe we can change that in a bit, because I should have a nice cloak. Ugh, my inventory is disgusting. I hate it. Ugh. Bum 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 bum. Put your gear on the counter. I'm hoping as well, because with the Mariner preview, I kind of like jumped into it. I'm hoping that doing it this way will allow me to naturally progress with the character and like make sure I know a better rotation, because I was kind of guessing at first. It's also been like a couple of weeks since Mariner has released, so with that fact, it's making me think that people that are far more clever than I am have worked out like rotations and stuff, which is kind of like the main thing. I just realized I get the Corsairs of Umbar stuff because I get the new earring, don't I? Is that in the Ultimate Edition? No, it's in the regular one, right? Yeah, that's a thing. Totally forgot why I got into it. It was really weird because I didn't actually get the collector's edition expedition box or whatever it's called. Kind of sad. Not that it's a huge issue. It's all items that I probably wasn't going to really get, but it's a little bit of a slight annoyance. So that's up to 120. Where's the 130? Is it the Gundabad one? Yeah, okay, cool. And my inventory is like completely destroyed. Oh, not my inventory, my hotbar, I should say. Bum, bum, and a bum. Okay. I've forgotten how to play the game. Gear satchel, sword, dagger. Isn't that like a thing? I'm pretty sure it didn't even let me 2 and 2, 1 and 2. No, so I want to do that and that. Then everything else I don't really care about. I think. Manel dear, my dear Manel dear. Honestly though, if it really comes to it, I might have to maybe invest into, I was even thinking about this today actually, but like investing into like a proper capture PC type situation if like I want to continue streaming to both and not having to worry about like too much like usage or whatever. We'll see. Okay, so in terms of things, we got Blade Shield, which is a buff. Or not a buff. Yeah, it's a buff, I guess. And then Thrust, Riposte, and On Guard. Could he not? I've seen a lot of single goblin do a lot of damage. I'm just saying. Oh. I do this a lot with quests where I like just kind of run off and don't actually interact with the NPCs I need to talk to, which is kind of a slight issue. Whoop. I feel like we won't really have to worry about balance too much at the minute. It's probably just going to be like, hey, we want you just attacking as you do. And then after that, it's more going to be like a, hey, now we want you to focus on actual proper like mechanics later on. Because 22 morale, it's like me with Warden a lot of the time. It's like I don't have enough time to worry about it because I'm killing them too quickly. I also remember I need to do reward track stuff. How long has the reward track got left? It doesn't actually tell me. On here, it's like at least I've got like a couple weeks, I hope. If I don't have a couple weeks, I maybe need to get kicking that into gear. That was a great sentence, amazing sentence. I'm very good at sentences. I'll have you know. It is slightly annoying that you can't see the time remaining. I don't know. I feel like the reward track thing could sometimes have a better look to it. But we'll have you. It's fine. This guy has 31 morale. I do not believe that he's like in charge of a gang with 31 morale. Like it just doesn't make sense to me in any way. It's one of those things. I kind of wish, and I don't think this would particularly work, but I should do. Well, I'm on custom. I think I'm on like high with a couple extra things. I normally go very high. I might have lowered it though if I was doing something for like a thumbnail, potentially. Yeah, I normally play very high because there's like a weird setting in between ultra and very that like for some reason my computer just doesn't like, but I don't visually notice any difference. So I'm like, okay, doesn't matter. I won't have it on because I don't notice it. Wait. Oh, it's also the fall festival. I totally forgot that it was the festival. I should probably also do that. Oops. My bad. High elf equipment selection box. Oh yeah, that is a thing. I need to double check. We are medium. I literally did a video about this and I still don't know. We are medium. And we get a scaled ring. That's another reason I really like high elf, is just the extra scaling stuff. Also, just the actual gear is super nice because it does actually give you gear straight up, and actually, you know, normally it's like Bjorning as well does something similar, where because of Bjorning does something similar where it obviously gives you the uncommon gear and it just allows you to immediately be geared up compared to having to, like, at the beginning of, like, before the shadow, you have to have all the uncommon gear with no stats on it for ages and ages and ages until you actually get past the prologue. And it's like, I don't know. I like having that initial gear thing. Yeah, I'm hoping, like, in my head, I'm like, oh, it should be about 20 days or so. So yeah, about 3 weeks. That's fine. I can't remember where I'm at as well. I don't know why I haven't really played, but I don't know. Haven't really been around to do so. But that is changing now. Fingers crossed. I need to get my favorite horse. Thank you very much. Oop. Speaking of favorite horse, actually put it on. That'll be good. Boop, and our boop. Okay, because I do not trust. I need to remember these quests because I always do the timed quests. I like pick up tons and tons of quests back to back, and I never actually think, oh, I should go do this. I actually just completely forget. So, my bad. Oh, I also need to log out and log back in for my map at some point. That's the thing. That'll be an idea. But yeah, hope is that we can get, I don't know, maybe... I don't think 20. 20 is maybe a little bit ambitious. Thing is, if I was doing this like off stream, if I was just making a character, getting them to level 20, I'd just probably do farming and it would get me there in like 40 minutes. But if I'm actually questing and I want to quest, you know, it makes sense to me. Like, it takes longer, but it's like a better experience. If I just want to quickly get a character up to 20, especially when I'm opening like loot boxes and stuff, which I really, really want to get back to doing, just finding the time to... Because if it's an hour per character and I'm doing 25 Bjornings, then, you know, that's 25 hours on top of the character creation, which is another 10 minutes. So that's, you know, a couple hours. It's just a bit of a time sink. I used to want to try and do it once a week, but that became far too ambitious. So, I don't know. In theory, once a month is doable. Potentially. I think the problem became I had no use of the items. Like, opening 100 loot boxes is a nice thing, but I'm not getting anything amazing from it because I'm probably not getting tracery tokens because the characters are level 20, and I'm pretty sure you have to have at least 45, and I, in theory, completed security places in order to start getting drops. I actually don't know if that's 100% true, but I haven't had them yet, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just unlucky. So I'm getting a lot of motes, which is somewhat useful, and I'm getting stuff. Like, I'm getting, like, cosmetics and whatever, but it boils down to motes. And at some point, moats become not the most useful thing because, like, embers is the main thing, really. So I'm like, what do I buy for moats? Obviously, upcoming with Feyrand, which obviously we'll get back to Feyrand when we get back to Feyrand. Moats is actually going to become quite a big deal because of... I actually should go talk to you first. But moats is going to become a bigger thing because of essences. So it is actually... I've corrected myself already by telling myself that there's actually a decent reason to have it. But that's the quest I should have picked up first because his boot is there. So there should be more than enough time to do both of them. But yeah, it's one of those things of... I wish... if I had, like, done this on release, if I had really gone for it, we could probably be 140 by now. I'm actually, like, pretty efficient at leveling when I'm motivated to do it. And I think I'm most motivated when I have a time limit. Like, when we were doing the legendary servers, obviously they had the experience boosts, so that helped. But I was able to very, very quickly get through the content. Now, admittedly, those characters were pretty much the definition of a glass cannon by the end of it, but they were not 140, they were 130, but that's besides the point. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I think having a time limit obviously motivates me more. Oh, right, cool. I was like, where's the quest gone? No, it's right there. But I don't think, what is it, 2 weeks? No, it's a week, right? Next week is release. So, I don't know, unless I did grind like 24/7, I probably am not going to get to cap by that time. Though what I probably will do is I'll probably play a bit of Tar Valard, sort of gearing up, maybe getting some embers and just like sorting out his gear to be sort of decent. And then Tar Valard will go through and be sort of the main character for Corsairs of Umbar. It's probably where we'll go to. Do you know what I realized about YouTube? I'm streaming in 1440 at the lower bitrate. Huh. I didn't realize I was streaming in a higher bitrate. Wait, why am I streaming in a higher bitrate? That's weird. Interesting. It'll be fine. We'll survive. And if we get, like, too distracted on this, one thing we can also potentially do today is jumping on Tar Valard or Feyrand or whoever and doing some of the festival stuff, because Feyrand should have quite a lot of tokens anyway, or at least badges of taste, so I should be very easily able to get what I need. But yeah, I'm just hoping that I can just... Most of the time, though, I literally just want the horse, and that's kind of it. Like, other than the horse, I'm not that interested a lot of the time. Cool, nice level. And then deal with these guys. I have not been to the Storvales, at least not yet. Meneldir, I'm not particularly interested in these quests right this second, admittedly. But if I can get a quick completion, I will take it. Dagwin, get your hand off that sword. Cool, and he gives me earrings, which are completely useless because, you know, XP earrings. I think that's the only thing I don't like about the experience earrings is just the fact that I never use any other earring now just because I have it. Like, there's not much point. Obviously, endgame it's different, but at pretty much any other leveling point, it's just, in my opinion, better to have the XP earrings. It's just also one less thing to concern yourself with. Evening. I am indeed a stranger. I don't know who I am, let alone anybody else know who I am. Oh yeah, I get that. I'm sure. I don't think I get experience for it, right? No, but I get some carrots. I don't even get carrots for it. I got carrots for the other quest. That's how that works. Anyway. So, we have got a ton of quests. Not quests. Well, we do have a ton of quests. And we've also got a ton of skills, which... let's try and do this. So the way I normally try and position my skills is like... Yeah, Ghost messaged me about that this morning, and I'm not really... I don't think I was that interested. Like, it's... Like, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the dwarf one, right? And it reminded me a lot of almost like a Left 4 Dead type thing. If I remember correctly. I just remember not really being all that interested, honestly. And I don't want to, like... I said this morning. I was like, I don't particularly want to buy a new game just to play it, like, once or twice. So I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll play it. I also wanted this to be, like... So I might actually... So originally this plan was I wanted to... Like, obviously I'm streaming this to YouTube as well as Twitch. That's kind of the main focus for me of this stream. But there was also... I was going to do some sort of, like, playthrough of Mariner. And I think I still will want to do that, but I think I am happy restarting if I do. Where's On Guard? There you are. Like, if I get... I'm probably not getting massively far today, so I'm totally okay, like, spending a little bit of time redoing the whole thing, if needs be. Just because right now streaming to YouTube and Twitch and recording seems to be a bit too much with the settings I'm on. So I need to work out my what I'm doing about that. So Dramatic Flourish, is that the one I'm after, or Faint? Do I not have that? Or Thrum of the Sea? Do I not have any of these? Where are these skills? Have I accidentally cut one off? Dramatic Flourish, not there. Faint, not there. Thrum of the Sea. Is it because I haven't got this? Okay, yeah, so it requires you to do... I don't think any other classes required me to spec. Not that that's necessarily a problem, but I just don't think I've had to worry too much. I'm just gonna spec into swordplay damage. Maybe I have. Maybe I've just, like, naturally always spec'd and not really thought about it compared to now, but yeah, whatever. It's not the end of the world. One thing I do want to do, though, is just do that. I just don't like hoods. I used to like hoods, and now I kind of just don't. Also, I got to go back to Meneldir. Mr. Meneldir. Who is over here. And then he's going to send me... Yeah, I was kind of hoping for just, like, I don't know, a bracelet or something. Even from... Like, not even from necessarily the experience perspective, but I kind of just wanted something that was like a scaling item in another slot. I think I understand that they don't want it to get a little bit out of hand, but like having constant 75% experience or whatever, but I did kind of want it to be a little bit different. I think that would have been nicer. I don't know. I think it's good that it's in the middle bundle though. Like, I'm pretty sure previous bundles it's been in like the legendary thing. And it's kind of been the... Some people have been like, yeah, it's the only reason I bought the legendary edition. So I think it's good that you don't have to... Because it is the most expensive like expansion so far. I think I said that in the video. Hey, what did I get? Oh, I'm so glad level 6 is a like a damage over time removal. That is like one of the major killers I have in most characters. So that's good. I'm glad that's a thing. I don't want to die to damage over time. It's not fun, and it's like my main enemy. This is calming. Well, I'm glad. People say they just like listen to my voice sometimes, so make of that what you will. I got a lot of comments about that on like free-to-play videos, being like, I don't even play Lotro, I just listen about whatever nonsense I'm spewing on that random day. I mean, yeah, if I play a Stout Axe, then sure, that means I'm gonna fall off the edge of the earth. Maybe that's why I don't want to play Return to Moria, because I'm a dwarf and I'll fall off something. You know, gravity is not my friend. We can say that much. Just something I found out as well today. So I have this like what do you call it? What would you call it? An add-on plugin, whatever, for Chrome that, you know, shows my channel statistics and stuff. And I found out today that at least in the last 48 hours, my VOD channel has actually made more views, like had more views than my like main channel. But admittedly, that is because I've done a pretty decent job, I do say so myself, of uploading VODs at the moment. So I'm only in 2 years ago, but they're coming out every day. I'm finally sorting it out again. The thing is, I could get through it quicker. I could like upload 2 VODs a day. I have like up till next year already scheduled. But I feel like releasing 2 6-hour videos a day is just a bit too spammy. You know? So it's like that fine balance. I don't want to go over the top with it. I thought about it. I was like, oh, what if I do? Because right now they release it like midday for me in the UK. So that's when they release currently. I was like, oh, maybe I can do midday and midnight, and like it's a 12-hour gap. But yeah, I don't want it to be too spammy, if that makes sense. Because yeah, I could just dump them. I could be like, done, cool, sorted. I also don't think I triggered the warg thing. You've got to like get the tracks right. The warg isn't here, but you find some warg tracks to follow. This quest, when it first came out, caused me no end of pain, just because I like follow the tracks, and sometimes you have to interact with them, sometimes you don't. It's a little bit fiddly sometimes, but this one you have to... I like got to the perfect point where I was able to get the warg tracks, but I wasn't triggering the next part, which is you have to sort of see the corpse, pretty much. So like I can get there And see, I can interact with it. And I was like, oh, cool, that should trigger it. No, you gotta get a little bit closer, like right on it. It's so weird. I spent a good 10 minutes on that. And I am a little bit ashamed to say so. But I know now. See, that's the thing. I wouldn't have known if it had never happened. I'd be like, oh, whatever. But now that I have experienced that, I know it happened. And therefore, I will never do it wrong again. So ultimately, I win. Just saying. Yeah, that really confused me for far too long. And it's one of those things where I was like, I understand why it's wrong, but I don't feel like it's my fault. Really. I clicked on the thing, interact with it, how I expect quests to normally go, and it just didn't work. So I think if you interact with that walk track, it should make you interact with the corpse as like a next part. That should be like an extra section. I think that's how that question works. But it doesn't matter because I know now. Bearman strikes back. I'm the Bearman. Am I not the Bearman? I'm the man of many bears. Okay. I'm being really inefficient with this. How am I liking Mariner? I'm only at level 6, so I'm definitely not far enough into it. But from when I was playing it on the preview, I actually quite enjoyed it. But I think the problem with doing it on previews and stuff is because I instantly went to 140. I got bombarded with skills. So hopefully doing it this way is enough for me to sort of skill by skill by skill go, oh, I can add this skill onto this skill. Like actually learn it rather than just be given every skill and go, this is how much power it does when I'm blindly hitting. So far I haven't had issues. I do also like that I'm getting a heal, like a wound removal and whatever, disease wound, etc. Removal quite early on, level 6. Because what is it? Hunter's like level 12 or something. And Hunter is like obviously my baseline for literally everything in this game. So yeah, I think it's good. I'm happy with it so far. I also think it's nice that you can be basically anything with it. I do think it's weird that you can't be like, unless they've changed this, to my knowledge, you can't be a hobbit, but you can be a river hobbit, and you can't be an elf, but you can be a high elf. Isn't that a thing? Or am I thinking of something else? Yeah, high elf, river hobbit, man, stout axe. It's just weird you can't be the like base race. You can't be like a dwarf or a hobbit or an elf with it. Obviously Bjorning makes sense, but yeah. Corsair of Umbar. I mean, that is one of the first things I was thinking of, is like, what's a name to get? Like, I like the name I've got. I've got to get used to like saying it out loud because it's Classiari, which is supposed to translate into the word sailor. Because I tried getting a word, like a translated word for mariner, because, you know, how basic do I have to be? And then, you know, sailor, it sounds like a very high elfy name to me for some reason, so I like it. It's not quite on Feyrand. No, it's not into Elven, it's into Latin, though admittedly using just Google Translate Latin. I don't know what, like, mariner would be in Elvish. I mean, if I do remake this character, which I might once I've done, like, the YouTube test, I'm just going to get a ring with it. But yeah, once I've done, like, the YouTube and Twitch multi-stream test thingy, I might look into like doing a proper recording, because what I wanted to do is record, like, do a 6-hour stream with Mariner which is not going to be today because I have to be way too early tomorrow. But do like a 6-hour stream of Mariner and then cut that into like 3 videos of like then 3 2-hour sessions condensed into 20 minutes, if that makes sense. Kind of what I did with Gundabad a little bit. I think that was the plan. Honestly, me and names in this game are probably just the worst. I'm bad. Like, the hardest part of this game for me is making a character name. I will be stuck at the character select screen. I was quite lucky. I really like the name Tarvelard, and Tarvelard was a randomly generated name from the game itself. So I was lucky in that regard. So, yeah. Ennis for Eel was one that I had. I originally did that name. I first used that name in Oblivion, if I remember correctly, because a lot of games back then I don't think really got you to name your character, so I didn't really have to worry about it before then. See, I don't know if Ghost wants me to play Return to Tomorrow. Like, he asked me if I was going to play it, and I said probably not, honestly. I think he's too busy playing Spider-Man, so not entirely sure. Too busy playing the Spider-Mans. Oh. Navigate to Tharbad. Wait. Ghost doesn't play games. He watches a lot of Chinese TV shows. That's pretty much what Ghost says. That's actually really powerful. If that takes me to where I think it does. That is like a pretty decent skip. Mariner new speedrun. I realized I still had the character name speedrun today because I had to delete. I didn't have to. I still have enough character slots, but I chose to. I know I wasn't forced to, but I chose to delete. I think 2 characters off my account today because I was getting dangerously close to 54 character slots used, and I realized I still have. I had the username benchmark. And I have the username of speedrun as well. And I want to do speedrun. I basically want to try doing speedruns of like intro percent and stuff again. The problem is I don't know if the rules are because the rules changed because it used to be free to play and premium would include like Bjorning, but now Bjorning is now free to play, so I don't know. Is there a Mariner called Scurvy? Let's have a look at Scurvy. It's probably not on. I mean, I'm sure on a server somewhere. Player cannot be added. I wonder if it's like a band name for some reason. Be curious. I knew that's not a quest. I don't know why I picked it up. Because it's just like gonna fill out my thing. Oh, right. Wait. There we go. Loads of quests to give in. Yeah, we can't have that until we're actually on the ships. And then we can have Scurvy. Then it'll be allowed. Imagine if they like make that a status effect. They're like, you got Scurvy. You need to eat some stuff. But if I go back to speedrun.com and then Lord of the Rings Online, I wonder if it has been updated. I haven't looked for a while. Last thing was 3 months ago. So there's level 1 to 10. We did actually do a speedrun of 1 to 10. I remember that correctly. I'll be curious. Like, obviously, one's with prologue and one's without. So I might give that a shot at some point. Again, be interesting. Joe, honestly, the weirdest thing, though, one of the weirdest things is, not obviously, you don't have to, but the idea of doing a thumbnail for streams. It's something I've thought about considering, like, VOD uploads, but I'm so bad at preparing. The idea of having a plan and making a thumbnail and, like, going through the whole process, like, I'm not organized enough to do that. That's just crazy. Ridiculous. Also, I should totally check my thing now, shouldn't I? So let's just go there. Salt Sea Blade and melee critical chance. I do like the idea of having another attack. That's quite nice. We'll see how that goes. But positional damage. We obviously now have cutover as well. But damage over time. I don't think I've got a damage over time right now, do I? I don't think so. No. Probably not worth it then. 4 state damage buff. I'll do that. Just damage buffs in general. Something. Obviously, like, we can always respec. There's nothing stopping us from respecking. Please don't dismount me there. I think the solution is me planning my life more, because I think the idea was, because I was planning on, like, doing the thumbnails anyway for oh wait, yeah, I've got to fight. Wait, do I actually have to fight it? I think I do. I think the squeaking rat has to be killed. I thought I could just run away. Okay. Yeah, so the plan was anyway to do thumbnails for the streams, like the VODs and stuff. And I for a brief period of time of like a month had the stream schedules like done and written up and everything. I just got really bad at doing it because a lot of the time I just didn't want to do that thing I said I was going to do and changed my mind magically, or didn't stream that day and then had to like push it forward. What do you want now? The Last Dare. I thought I did this. Maybe I didn't. Am I thinking of a different rat thing? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah. We'll get back into it. I don't really have too much going on in the near future that's like should affect streams too much. The only thing is I'm away on the 15th of next month for the day. And that's a Wednesday. So I probably won't be streaming that day. That's literally the only thing I can think of coming up that's like definitely something's happening. I can't work around it. I was supposed to be going away on the 2nd, but then it changed to be the 15th. So, I'm hoping to get back into the regular scheduled streaming. And I was thinking of just potentially doing some non-Lotro stuff. I know with like the YouTube channel and stuff, I think I've kind of ended up locking myself a little bit too much into Lotro sometimes. Not that I particularly play a lot of other games anyway, but I think if like I want to, there's nothing stopping me playing like some random other game, you know, like Return to Moria. I don't know. I actually didn't even know that was coming out today, honestly. I was zero clue. Also, I'm really bad at keeping up with games. Like release dates are not something I pay massive attention to a lot of the time. I'd really love for a return to Langaran. There's even water there. I could totally sail to that area. That's fine. I don't know what you're on about. Starfield. I played a lot of Starfield. I think I burnt myself out on Starfield recently. Like, Starfield was the game that made me realize my computer was, like, dying. Because I got terrible FPS with it. At first. And it turns out my GPU was running at, like, ×1 speed, not ×16 or ×8, which is kind of really where it needs to be at max or minimum. So I finally fixed my GPU, and then I got a lot of more increase in stuff. So much so that it was so bad for a while that I made a solution where I would plug my laptop in the other room, and then I'd use, I can't remember what program. It's like something that, it's like based on something NVIDIA wise, I don't know, that to like stream my game from my laptop to my desktop from afar, because in theory my laptop is in theory more powerful, but not actually, than my desktop. It's weird laptop and desktop GPU differences. Yeah, I haven't actually finished it. I'm really bad at playing main quests in especially Bethesda games, but just generally. Like, I'm the sort of person who will do every side thing that I can first. So I still haven't actually finished it. That's alright. I will see you when I see you. Hopefully we'll be streaming on the YouTube side a little bit more for those that are more interested in that. You can schedule them on YouTube, which is also interesting. So I might potentially do that. We'll see. I'm doing that thing, which I always do, where I just attack everything and don't actually do much with it. I'll tell you one thing. I think a lot of people I saw this consensus quite a bit with Starfield is, I did play Starfield. I enjoyed it, of what I played. And then Phantom Liberty came out. And then I played Phantom Liberty and, yeah. I just, like, lost myself to that for a while. It was fun. And, yeah. I might make a new... character on that at some point and try a different thing, because I do that thing which I always do where I end up being like, I play Skyrim and then no matter what happens I end up being a stealth archer, and then I go play any other game and I end up being like sneaky shooty man with a silencer and everything. I can never play a game where it's just like, I'm gonna punch stuff to death. That's my plan, because I'll always end up being like, it's easier for me to not do that and just shoot this guy in the head with a silencer. It's like when I've been playing through Mass Effect, because Mass Effect's a weird game where I like played it out of order. I've never played Mass Effect 3. I played Mass Effect 2, and I like played the beginning of Mass Effect 1 because I like do own all three. But I played Mass Effect 2 like originally, and I never had 1, never had 3. So I got the Legendary Edition, and I've somewhat been playing through Mass Effect 1, but I really struggle being like the bad guy. Doing like a renegade playthrough and stuff. I'm like, oh no, but I need to be nice to the nice NPC people. Let me convince them to not shoot me. One day I just need to commit to the bit and commit to being an absolutely horrible person that punches people a lot. I guess that's gonna be the way we go. One day. Oh my god. That flash of lightning just makes me want to play Runekeeper. That's all it does. Why would I not play Runekeeper? Runekeeper clearly the best class. I'm really curious where this one takes us to. Navigate to Tharbad with nearby fellows. I'm just really curious where that takes you. Like, my brain says here, like maybe here. Like Tharbad, the stable master, that makes sense. But if I do that, then I've got to make my way back. Like, I'm going to be in the harder area, and then I have to make my way back here. So, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I think once... I mean, we've got to go through there. I don't think there's a point in the story where it actually makes us want to, like, actively skip to it, to my knowledge. Yeah, I can't think of any time that I want to do that. Maybe we'll see it. I really need to change my map. I'm gonna relog real quick. I just cannot... I cannot deal with the full screen map. It just hurts me from a... Just generally, it hurts. It's a problem. So let's just do a little bit of a relog. Please? I've left the channels and stuff. Oh, and everything's disappeared. There we are. Okay, cool. So now my map should be manageable, to put it lightly. Though I wonder, okay, I'm actually really interested now. I'm going to sail to Tharbad. Can I sail to Tharbad and then swift travel back to Mossward? And does it take me where I think it takes me? It does. Okay. I can go back to Mossward. Okay. So that changes things slightly, I think. We'll see. Right now, no, I'm not really worried about the difficulty slider. I might, because I might be like remaking this character potentially. I might switch to that at some point. Right now, this is more just a case of wanting to learn the class at its like base level before worrying about adding any more extra difficulty to it. Not that it's particularly like a difficult thing. I can't remember, was it? So that's 3 and 3. Is it 3 from both? Is it an agility or a might thing? I'm guessing it. I actually can't remember. I'm guessing agility because it also gives me crit. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. I think that's both 3. Wow, my inventory is bad. Don't judge. Also, didn't I get like a new weapon or something? Yeah, I did. Not that I've really needed it. I haven't really been having too many issues. So yeah, what I need to do now, I think, is I got the Langaran, and then I need to go to Clegor. Cool. At least I have money. Yeah, I guess that's a potential way of doing it. I do need to properly spend a bit of time with the difficulty stuff, even just for purchasing the emotes and stuff. I think I'd spend a little bit of time with that. Oh yeah, no, because I did the whole like 1 life difficulty thing, right? But yeah, I don't know what character I want to focus on it with, but we'll see. Oh no, goblins and Uryx. Whatever shall we do? I need to probably go through with my mini though, at some point. I think right now priority, other than playing a little bit of Minstrel, is I do want to go on Tavalot and just get him ready for expansion day. I don't need like raid gear, I don't think, because it's one of those things of, if I spend too much time gearing up, all that's going to happen is expansion gear is going to be like, basic expansion gear is going to be kind of like not necessarily as good. It's not gonna be as good as like tier 3 armor, but like it's probably gonna be decently close to tier 1 stuff, and it's basically just gonna be given to me for free. So I'm not gonna worry too much about getting like everything. I just want to get, if I can get stuff. Wait, who is? Oh, you are properly hidden. Yeah, I don't want to worry too much about like getting perfect stats, because obviously even with the level cap, I'm not, I'll worry about it then, sort of thing. Yeah, you said about it. What are you doing? Radlaw. Oh yeah, there's that quest that I never do. I never go Radlaw ever. Like, maybe I should. Maybe today. Maybe we'll go. I'm not worried about death. I mean, I would like the Undying, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not as worried about death. Unfortunately, even though it's 2 weeks, I can't properly rush delvings. Like, delving gear would be an easy kind of cop out almost. I don't really want to say cop out, but kind of for gear. I could very easily get delving gear. Not very easy, but I could get delving gear and it would be fine, like good enough. I think it's actually better than tier 1, right? Isn't it supposed to be like tier 3 sort of level? Either way, doesn't particularly matter, but that could be something we go for, but I can't guarantee it, which is a problem. I mean, I can buy them, but I don't think it's value-wise as good. I'm actually really curious. So this arrow quest has always caused me issues on it always caused me issues when it comes to like hardcore characters or whatever you want to call them. But we have the heal, so in theory we should actually be fine. I don't think we're gonna have too much of a problem, but I guess we can try it out and see how it goes. Also, I don't think I've done this quest since the stat stuff got changed, so that'll be another way for us to sort of see how that goes. I found a paw print and another paw print and another one. Do I have to interact? Yeah. Okay, that was easy. And I didn't even get, like, hit. So, why did I have so much issue with that then? Unless Mariner is just actually strong. It's a ghost. It's so spooky. Right, I need to find the final child person. Also, there's the waterfall quest, but that is definitely going to kill me. I have never done the waterfall quest without it ending in my death. So, yeah, not going to do that. I'm scared. It's also just one of those quests that takes you around a lot, and I feel like it's not worth the time I spend on it. Is not worth necessarily the reward that I'm obtaining from it. So I think it's better for me to just hold off, not really worry about it. It's not like I'm not going to get all the quests done. Like, there is a ton of quests in this area that we can easily get the deeds done. I think the only deeds I've had issues with in this entire region is like the bounty quests. And that's not because they're difficult. It's just simply because they don't spawn. They take forever to respawn. It's like Sarnor, but somehow worse. I just realized that I think my game audio has been on this entire time. Oops. I apologize. My bad.
A fine job you did.
That's what happens when I don't stream for like 3 weeks or something.
How do you
This happened. Was it 3 weeks? I actually don't know how long. It's one of those things when, like, I feel like I was away for less than I actually was. But that's just because the days all melded into one. So, yeah. Okay, and then I go back to his shop. So I talk to him, go back to the first guy. Sure, go for it. But I will happily take experience and superior roast pork, that thing.
Hello, hello.
How much? 207 experience. It's not the worst I've seen in my life. What I should potentially be doing now, if I actually want to start making proper progress, is just ignoring these. Though, to be fair, I need to go back to Mossward anyway and do that one. But ignore, like, the Radlaw ones for the minute and just continue on with the prologue for a bit. Because once I get actually into the main questing, I can actually get armor. Even though I do technically have armor, I can get better armor and I can get just stuff. And actually make some progress because I'd like to get into Cardalin today. That'd be kind of nice. I'm guessing not, but you don't give me... Oh, you do. Interesting. I will happily defeat you for some choice cuts of meat. Thank you. Making my life so much easier. It's like the Nika Breakers. You can kill them for meat. And I'm like, okay. I'm not the one eating them, in theory. Though he does give me... No, he doesn't give me food. Is the other quest. Okay, never mind. Ignore me. Right. So, what is that quest? Village in the Sky. Do I try Radlaw? Do we give it a shot? I think Radlaw's not necessarily difficult. I think in my head I call it difficult, but I don't think it is. I think Radlaw's difficulty is purely me struggling to get there. I think. I already feel like I have way too many skills for level 9. A technical question, you can indeed, and I will try and answer it, I think, if I know the answer. Okay. After Radlaw. You mean this thing? I think it's dependent on keyboards. Mine is control and then the hashtag key. So that's next to my enter key. But I think if you, depending on your keyboard, it can be control and the tilde key, which is the one under the escape key. You can rebind it if you go into options and go key mapping. I think if you look up UI. Yeah, reposition UI down here. if you want to bind it to something else as well. Because I thought about it, because I don't reposition my UI too much. I just use my presets, but I actually saw someone having used a they were using what was it? They used that like a Stream Deck for like a load of Lotro options, which I found kind of interesting as an idea. That's all right. That's I think it should. I don't actually know. The thing is, I don't know what tips the game tells you anymore, like what hints it gives you. Because I think one comes up if you use that, but it doesn't tell you how to do it in the first place, which is always odd. But mine are off by like default, so maybe I should play with them for once and actually have it work. So I need to like reposition myself, right? How do I do that? Do I just use the blue stuff and do that and it read? Yeah, it's weird because it's dependent on keyboards, right? Hey, thank you for the bits as well. Glad we sorted your issue. I think that best class for solo landscape, yeah, probably Hunter. But because like I say it's always the best for solo because of the like traveling and versatility and like the campsite and stuff. That's always quite nice. I don't know. After like the stat squash, in theory the stat squash is just all the stats are lower numbers but have the same power, if that makes sense. In theory that's what it is, but I actually don't know if that's in practice anymore. I think it's why you've just got so many hunters. Like, I'm pretty sure if you look on... Wait, that's not what I'm looking for. On here, if I filter by... Like... Apparently there's a lot of belongings. I got a lot of hunters. But then if I do, like, Mariner, 62 Mariners, 71... Like, is anything... I don't think any of the... So there's over 100 champions, over 100 hunters, 45, like... Yeah, so there's only... Like, champion and hunter are definitely most popular in that regard. I think there's a way you can properly see it, but I actually can't remember. Joe, I was thinking of what little topics, like, you know, to do for some YouTube short stuff, because I thought about doing. There was one thing about the UI stuff, the screenshot, like making your screenshots look better by removing the vendor icons and quest marker icons. That was one I was thinking about, but I was thinking about doing one for the dreaded X key, the very horrible X hotkey that's for some reason on by default, and I occasionally see in world chat people asking how to turn that off, because yeah, it's bad. Still don't understand why it's on by default, but it's whatever. I really did try and get back into making videos again. The problem is the last two videos, like, have really taken it out of me because, obviously the Mariner preview got delayed, so I like stayed up super late for the Mariner preview, and then it was delayed, so then I was tired with like no reason to be, basically, which was annoying. And then I was up super late for Like, I think I was up for like 8 hours doing the video for the reward track thingy. Not reward track, sorry. The like Ultimate Edition stuff, and I rewrote that thing from like 3 times. I'm still not super happy with it, but I wanted to just like have something. Do I recommend? I used to use Reshade actually quite a bit. I'd never used it for videos, but I used it in like my own personal time, and I had a couple of presets, but yeah, I didn't notice any like performance loss or anything, so I don't see there's necessarily a negative to using it. And there's some like quite nice, I saw on the Lotro subreddit a little while back, some quite nice cinematic reshade things. I don't personally use it as much anymore. I haven't got it installed right now, for example, but it definitely does in ways add to the game. Like, and it's nice because it's customizable as well. Obviously people have made their own, so you can use that, but I'd say give it a shot. If not, like, at the very worst, you can just uninstall it. I think I might have used it for a video or two because I wanted to I did some, at very least did some color correction on some videos ages back. I'm a little worried about like a 5-on-1 situation. Hopefully it'll be fine. Yeah, I might start using it again actually, like even just for my outro sections. Like, I actually really like, it's very simple, but I do like the outros for the videos. It's like the 20 seconds of the background thing, the blurred background, and like having it as moving rather than a static image. I think it like makes it look really nice. It's very simple, but I think it works. I might end up using like Reshade for something like that. Because I did actually think about color correcting it, like in post, but never actually got around to it. Wait, have I still got one guy that I haven't rescued? Just leaving one hobbit, be like, eh, I don't like this hobbit specifically. You can stay. No thanks. Cool. Hello, Southern Ruffians. The only thing I remember about Reshade though is I was trying to follow links to people's like presets and they just like didn't work because they were like multiple years old and people were just not updating them or whatever. That was my only kind of major thing I had issues with. I am going to do something a little bit silly, I think. I'm going to go to Langaren because getting the swift travel now, I'm technically as close to here as I am to here, right? And getting the swift travel to Langaren now actually makes a lot of sense because I can get the VIP thing. I can also get the swift travel back to Clegger, and also Mosswood, but I have to go back there anyway. That saves me time technically later. Plus I get the VIP boost thing right now, which saves me a little bit of effort. And it feels like a better idea. Not gonna lie. And then if it comes to it for Karas Gelabrin, we also have the house item. That's also a thing that we can go and do. That speeds up that section at the very least. So I still have Salt Sea Blade. I swear I've used it, but whatever. Okay, do I have... I do have more trade points. Am I just gonna go for that, I guess? I don't think, like, I don't really care about, well, okay, melee critical chance is quite useful. I don't really care about damage over time pulses because I don't think I'm doing any bleeds at the minute. Positional damage is fine. Like, as a top 3 or as 4 things, I don't think it's that bad, minus having that for the minute. Dodge is something that I'm probably not worried about. Thrust into advance applies a bleed. That could be useful. And then start thinking about damage over time pulses. It's an idea. Oh, to be fair, yeah, that's the thing. Advance applies a bleed. But advance, yeah. Where is advance? Oh, it is there. Okay. I think that's probably my biggest issue is skill names, like having to remember skill names at the minute, and like associating them with the actual skill. That's probably my biggest fault.
We have
with the
little to
class.
say to your kind.
And what do you mean by that, Mr. Stable Master? You're still gonna rent me a horse, are you not? That would be quite rude if not. What else is there on the Lotro speedrun categories? So we have level 1 to 10, intro percent, free range percent, and then Minas Tirith, Ered Luin, Bree, Shire percent. So Minas Tirith percent is Minas Tirith as a chicken. Ered Luin, I'm pretty sure, is an Ered Luin deed run. I'm pretty sure. And then Bree and Shire percent are also that. And we all know I am like the master of Ered Luin runs at this point. So, and nobody's run the category yet. So maybe, I don't know. Is it weirdly clickbait if I did a video saying I got a Lotro speedrun just because I'm the only one that's ever run it? Oh, I have stuff. Is that technically being a bit too, let me just, Dagger of the Juggler. Oh, of course it is. I love the Dagger of the Juggler. Just because it's like something that drops way too often. Yeah, I've been meaning to do the speedrun again for a while, so maybe we'll do that. And hopefully I get the world record. So, it'd be a bit awkward if I didn't. Being the only one to run it. Then there's the Pie Runner, which obviously we love. Pie running, that's everybody's favorite questline. I'm surprised with Pie Runner being there that there's no like Hobbit post delivery, whatever you want to call questline.
Just a moment. Is there something I can do for you?
That feels like exactly what you'd also have. And there's also a max level speedrun, which you can pause for in theory, right? Same rules as level 1 to 10, can pause the time when taking a break, as long as you log out. So in theory,
Hello there.
it's like a split record. Or like a split category, whatever you call it, like not all in one go. But yeah, I don't think Bree percent is something that I'd like to go for. Bree percent is a bit meh because, like, do you include Brood Hunter? Yes, but it's not under the Slayers. So it's like, eh. Ered Luin, like, flows better. Shire can flow fine, but Bree has got, like kind of higher level areas. And then you've got, like, Executioner of the Wicked, which is a thing. And then you've got all, like, the Barrow Down, just the Barrow Down seeds. if it was purely, like, I guess I could have a look, but if it is purely, in all the deeds in Breeland are completed. That's different than saying when the deed, you know, deeds of Breeland is completed, because that doesn't include the Barrow stuff. But if I remember correctly, my second most viewed VOD is a stream called Speedrunning Lotro. So clearly there's interest. My most viewed stream now, I think, is a stream called I Got Forced to Make a Hobbit.
How do you
Was
do?
the stream title, which I don't know if it was controversial because I was talking about being forced to make a Hobbit against my will. I didn't want to make a Hobbit. Let's see. Where's my... Yeah, I got forced to make a Hobbit. Yeah. I mean, I did. I'm not lying. That's why I made a Mariner, so I physically am not capable of being a Hobbit.
Goblins and Uruks? Oh, you...
I feel so sorry for my poor horse's legs. I'm so sorry.
Excuse me. Have you seen...
Okay. See if I still got the magic touch.
For generations,
There we are.
my family has been in charge of maintaining the bridge.
Easy
How do you
peasy.
do?
And a level up to go alongside it. Oh, I do actually have the bridge quest. I didn't mean to get rid of you. That's fine. There's also a ton of quests in Lintrev, but I'm not sure if I'll do all of them. I do think this is one of the better areas for me to get distracted, just because there is a lot of quests, and also the gear is semi-decent, so I'm not massively losing out on stuff. I totally forgot to get the Langaren stuff, the VIP stuff, right? I also kind of want to put the Mariner stuff back on, because I do think it looks pretty good. Honestly. I might take my cloak off. I did talk about in the video, I was like, this is my one of my favorite looking cosmetics, and it's also by default, so totally happy with that. Don't I have a thingy pack somewhere of like good looking armor? I actually don't. I'm not exactly like too fussed on the 3 you got from this, honestly. Like, I like the fact that it's kind of got a window, because it's like a submarine type look to it or whatever. But I've seen better. I'm curious now, though. Cosmetically put on all the auras as well. Aura, and aura. Even though this item is not shown because the corresponding weapon and tab is empty. Is it though? It should be fine. Whatever. Not that fast. Fleet merchant. I'm looking for Tide. But is my secondary. I really like the blue look. Only thing I don't like about this cosmetic is the parrot only working if it's equipped as gear. Only thing I'm not a fan of. Otherwise, it's literally perfect. Because it's a parrot, and why would that not be amazing? Continue searching for Gil. Oh, dip it. Easy enough to get over here, though.
What? Who's there?
Who is there? I don't know. I don't know who I am yet. I'm nobody of note
You woke me
to
from
this
a
world.
Great dream.
Is there downtime tomorrow? I actually haven't looked. I just randomly thought this because I thought, oh, it's Wednesday tomorrow. It should be downtime.
Sobering up, is
I think
it?
they're just like really inconsistent in actually saying when downtimes are. Like, I know it should be down tomorrow. Like, that makes sense, but patch notes don't come up until like super late.
You return. What have you found? You bring good news.
Looking for Glen Hellig, are ya?
You look in the store, it seems a lot is missing. In what regards? Like expansions and stuff? Because as VIP, you'll have all the expansions except the newest. And then a few things have been added as a default anyway. With the like free-to-play changes. Is that with Reshade? Yeah, I definitely need to like look into it again because it's been a couple of years since I've properly looked into Reshade. I can't do it like right this second, but yeah, I might look into it again. I think as well, I used to run it on my older computer. Account 37. Count 37 characters. So one thing I know for a fact is you have to be logged in. I know if you don't log in, it won't show you everything. But assuming it says 37, I don't see why it wouldn't. I think you have to be logged in to get this one, so I don't know why it wouldn't show you. And I will eventually get it. I just want to get this one. I want to get like 9,000 lottery points. Blah 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 blah. SSG, free lottery points, please. Thank you. Okay, thanks. Bye. I don't really know otherwise. Yeah, if you're logged in, because I know on mine it'll only show one thing on character if I'm not logged in physically to the character, because obviously if I buy like a character rename and I can't buy it on. So do you have a character made? Like, you'd have to be physically logged into a character, and if you, depending on when you left, it'll depend on what server you're on, because I think it was like 2017 they did the server consolidation, so that's the whole thing. But yeah, when you're in game, it should allow you to get it. There are a few things where it will only let you get it while you're logged in, which actually confused me with one thing. I can't remember what it was. It didn't make sense, but if it's just the way it works, then it works. Whatever. And finally, I always thought this was how do you open the store on a character? So on the bottom right of your taskbar, there should be a Lottery store button, or you can come into your little. It might look different because of the UI. You can go in here and system and Lottery store. my UI just has it blank. I do kind of wish as a UI I could physically have it not show up as the things. Thank you for the follow as well. Much appreciated. Glad we could get that sorted out for you. I need to go south? This place confuses me. I think there should be a thing on the store. Maybe have a little bit of text just being like, for more options, make sure you log in, sort of thing. Because, I mean, as someone that's been playing this game for like 10 years now, that confused me when I first looked at it. I think it being the new store as well is slightly confusing. Still weirds me out that it's like a 16:9 sort of resolution and all that. Speaking of the store, what's the like code for this week? Is there anything interesting? Max MP. You can get 5 free Max Marilyn Power scrolls. Cool. I'm not gonna do it because, like, you know, not that fast. It's not a very interesting item. I barely, like, I kind of understand it if you're raiding. Maybe you want the extra 5% because you're like min-maxing sort of situation. But I think on a day-to-day basis, I'm like, whatever. Hey, thank you for the tier 1 as well. Don't know why my volume ain't there. I'm gonna just blame it on the fact I didn't stream for ages. Everything broke and it's not my fault. Definitely not my fault. Don't know what you're on about. It's never my fault. These Kraven are actually quite good. I think I remember having some difficulty with one of these Kraven, but I also might be misremembering and thinking about it from like a delving situation. Yeah, it's all right. I'm glad I was able to be useful. I need to actually
Oh, hello.
I didn't do it for this year, but I might do it for next year, like January 1st. Whatever day. What day is January 1st? I know it's like looking quite far ahead. It's a Monday. Interesting. Okay. January 1st, a couple years back, I did like a big old, like what settings I use, what skins I use, etc., etc., like plugins and all that jazz. I might try and start getting that ready again, because I was supposed to do it this year, like beginning of 2023, and then I just never did it because like nothing really changed. But I think I've had enough sort of changes that maybe it's worth doing. The shrews are gone, but only for now. But we'll see.
Uri Helvark has abandoned us.
What else am I doing? Killing Kravens. That's what I'm doing next. And luckily, we know the Kravens are relatively easy to kill. So. No big deal. There we go. I do definitely enjoy the water in this game. Like, obviously, if you have post-processing off, it looks like absolute garbage, which is the one thing I hate about that saying. But I actually really, really like the water in this game. I think it's really good, honestly. I'm like totally okay with just staring at the water while I'm fishing. And just doing that. Oh, that went well. Well, he ignored me. That's fine. I'm not really fussed. One day I'm just going to do a fishing only stream. That's one day what we'll do. I'm sure that won't be weird. I mean, we talked about ages ago doing a farming stream. Just non-stop farming for like 6 hours, because clearly that would be what everybody wants in life. The equivalent of like a just chatting stream. Just farming in the background. So I got a necklace, which is good. Barely have enough space for said necklace, so that's fun. I need to find a vendor to sell all my junk to, and also I need to find one more Kraben because I need to go kill some stuff and things.
Aye?
Keep that. Keep that. I'll keep the auras as well, because I do like me the auras. Everything else can go. And wow, look how clear my inventory is.
Something stirs in the shadows of the veils.
Cool. Check something. Give me just a moment. Oh, okay, never mind.
You return. Most excellent.
I'm actually gonna not fully know these quests completely, because I tend to not do all the quests when I complete this. Like, I'll do a couple, then move on, then do a couple, then move on. I don't tend to do all of them. So I think when you get to like the later stages, I'm going to be confused. I'm not confused, I'll just be like, oh, I didn't realize that was a thing. Oh. I need to find his handkerchief down here, and then I've got like the weird there's like the he wants to like fly thing or whatever it was. I can't remember exactly. And then he gets tired and he just eats because he's a hobbit, and that's just what they do. And then at some point I really need, because like we're still in the prologue. We still aren't anywhere near actually being through that. Like, the prologue is currently a level 6. I am nearly double the level of the main quest. I need to get back on track a little bit. Yeah, my bad.
You found
I
it.
just easily get distracted.
How very.
Also, it means I won't struggle when we actually get to the next area, which is quite useful for us. have a good look. Find a good look at this. Is this a good? This is a good lookout spot right there. It's fine though. It's like relatively quick, this whole quest line. Where do we even have to go to? So I'm supposed to go back to... Wait, where am... What? Okay, prologue. Oh, back in Clegger. Okay. I actually thought it was in Lintrev. So I must have come to Lintrev, talked to a guy, and then gone back. I think that's what I was supposed to do, but I maybe got a little bit distracted. Just a teeny bit distracted. To no one's surprise. And nope, it's the next one over. This is weird because it like doesn't properly show on the map. You just kind of have to know that it's there. If you don't, just spam delete, I guess. How's the new class? So far, like I haven't properly played through a new character yet without or with the new like stat squish changes and stuff. I say new, relatively new. So I feel like I'm stronger than I expected to be. But I also feel already a teeny bit overwhelmed because bearing in mind I'm only level 11 and I've already got 13 skills, 14 skills, 15, 16 if you count travel skills. Like that is quite a lot. And obviously, you know, I don't really need them all. I think playing with the difficulty stuff might be actually a good choice for Mariner in a bit, because then it like makes it harder to kill stuff, and therefore I actually have to do more of a rotation. So far I can just mash buttons and it kind of does my job for me. There's not really much logic to it, whatever, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm very interested by the fact that it has like this is an incredibly powerful skill this early in my opinion. You don't even get good hunter travel skills until like quite a bit later on. Like Bree's like level 20 or something. Something ridiculous like that. I think it's good though that I gave it a little bit of time because it allows people that know things better than me to sort of work out how it's supposed to work. What did I get though? Step back becomes check step. Cool. Which is now a damage skill, which means I've got to rearrange my skills. Joy. Yeah, once we get to like more epic stuff, I think we'll do that. Warden is always a fun thing. I should not be in this area. Get me out of this zone. No, okay. I'm so glad it's a Nika Brika and not whatever this is over here. What level are you? Oh, level 7. Good. Any further and I'm in Enedwaith and then I'm facing what level 65s or whatever. Oops. Yeah, Warden's fun. Warden's like technically my main. Feyrand. My good old main. Well, I have two mains, right? I have Feyrand, who's like the character I spend most time on, but my highest level character and like my main 140 is Tarvelard, which is my hunter. But I think once Feyrand hits 140 or 150, or whatever it ends up being by the time we catch up, he will be stronger and more powerful. Which will be interesting. Be a weird time. Like having a completionist get to cap is going to be an interesting thing for me. I should not be up here. This is a good place to not survive. I always struggle getting up here, but I go up that way. It shouldn't be that difficult. Oh, wait a minute. Am I capable of getting out of this mess? Yes. Okay, good. I've not hit 20 yet, so I can't die yet. Gravity is not allowed to be the cause of my death. Just in general, but also I can't die yet, just normally. Because I will be sad. So please, no. But yeah, level 11 isn't too bad if you're... I think the first 20 levels are always quite slow. Even if you're, like, trying to get quite quickly through it, and then it kind of picks up a little bit after that. Which is why I normally skip the first 20 levels by farming. But, I tend to try and not do that on stream. It's a little bit not as interesting as, maybe it should be. I did actually have the thought. I'm not going to go through with it. I know now I'm not going to do it. But I did have the thought at one point of completely starting from scratch again. Because I kind of did when I moved servers. Sort of. Because I was on Arkenstone originally. And then moved on to Evernight afterwards. And do you think I might be able to do that zone. And obviously I restarted from scratch. Like I had no characters on Evernight. And I think it was really good for me because in the time, like I've been playing on Arkenstone for 9 years and I had 2 max level characters. In the year, well now 2 years since I've been on Evernight, I have 6 140s, and I have like a much better understanding of the game and a lot more resources. Like I didn't have full I did have a full set of crafters, but I had a lot less materials and I didn't have as many just pure available items to me. Also, I was completely statted out wrong. We all know that much. My Arkenstone characters are garbage comparatively. It's bad. Right, let's see how we do here. I'm a little bit concerned we're just gonna get absolutely destroyed. But it'll also be a good way of me seeing how I sort of fare in a slightly tougher situation. I remember coming through here with Burglar because I was just like stealthing my way through. Yeah, no, I definitely feel like I know I'm not even over leveled. Like I have gear, but I'm not massively higher than the gear you should really have at level 11 by doing the epic. I feel like I'm doing like pretty decent in terms of damage so far and survivability. And that's without even really having to dip too much into the actual mechanics of the class, of balance and everything. It's just hit them a lot and then like maybe occasionally use a blue skill. Just checking these chests though. Maybe I'll be lucky. I've been quite lucky with chests in this region. Oh, I got a silver earring of courage. not useful when I have my earrings that I have, but it's fine. I'm actually really curious. I probably shouldn't do this in the middle of zone, but also a level up. Look at me. Just trying to work out if there's a Mariner build yet, or like rotation stuff on Launcher HQ, but there seems to not be. Let's use that. I feel like I'm using skills that aren't actually doing anything. It's weird. Yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna try and up my bitrate for the next stream. I think I keep getting warnings about it. I still want to be able to record the streams. That's my only concern, because I record them in higher quality still, and also I have them with like separate audio channels for like editing and stuff. So I'd like to not have to substitute that. Right, so what else do I actually have to do? So I have one more pin, 3 more Urukai to kill, or defeat, I should say. And then are we done in this zone? I think we are. Yeah, kill these 2. Cool. Really? You'd make me mount my horse and then dismount me immediately? How could you do such a thing? It's ridiculous. Okay, am I done in this zone? Okay, we're gonna just, like, run. With 0 disregard for any of their feelings, we're just gonna run away. And I guess we need to go back to Lintrev. I think my best bet is once I get out of combat, going to Tharbad. We're going to go set sail for Tharbad to then take a horse to return back to Mossward, to then go back to Clegor, to then go back to Lintrev, to then go back to Clegor, to then go back to Mossward. Or, in theory, we could just skip the whole situation and come straight here and start doing this quest line, apparently. Do you want to, like, stop? Thank you. I'm not doing level 17 quests. Ideally, probably not going to survive. I just have a feeling I'm gonna die. It's fine. I have enough money for horse jumping, basically. I've only really spent my time with Red Line. Blue Line is more just tanky. So I have actually played it in the attempt to tank, but in terms of leveling, I purely played Red Line.
Oh, what a beautiful gift.
There is actually... I'm curious. Give me a sec. Let's see the suggestion. I think actually, I guess you can do both. Yeah, blue for pure tanking and group with red for solo / DPS. There's like leveling guides on Lottery HQ. I don't think this one was like particularly fleshed out, but that seems to still suggest leveling with like solo at least with red. Okay, so now wait, it wants us to go back to Radlaw? Why sent me to Radlaw after? Okay. That's fine. A little bit weird, but we'll get through it. At least we have some reason to be here. Except I'm not going to be here for much longer because we are going to go straight up to Radlaw. And I think I'm going to be a little bit cheeky with it. We'll go up to Radlaw, finish whatever, killing 12 ruffians, defeating 12 ruffians, defeat those guys, then go back to Tharbad, then go back like straight up to either Langaren or Moss Ward, straight up to Lintrev, and then I think it's just going to be better. Like, I think using that Tharbad travel skill is just going to be a very easy way for us to skip a lot of travel back and forth to places, or not necessarily, it's more back to places, back to like hubs for quest completions. I think it's going to be a little bit of money, but I think at this point we're making more in drops than we are spending, I think. I know it's early game a problem, especially in this area. Feels like you don't get a lot of money compared to what it requires of you, but it's otherwise fine. I see Radlaw in the distance. I don't know why any of these guys would have returned, considering how much I basically massacred them last time, but to each their own. I will let them suffer if they want. I will let them do what they want. I will have no no effect on if they want to be defeated or not. Especially because I'm a higher level now than when I came over here, and I wasn't struggling then. So, though, that said, I'm pretty sure I'm on the same gear. Though I did just get some drops, so let's see what we got. I got a spear, which I can't use. And I did get a piece of armor, which is more agility. So double the agility, plus 2 vitality, and some physical mastery. So I will take. I actually wonder where our stats are at the minute. So 6% crit, 99.8% damage. Okay. Now, do you count? No, you don't. That's interesting. I mean, I didn't think the wolf would count, but I guess because it's ruffians. It's not defeat enemies. It's specifically ruffians. No, I got knocked out. Oh, I really like that the heal is one you can move with. It's one of the most frustrating things about Hunter is the Purge Poison is a skill that you cannot move and do. You have to stop, and it's got a really long animation to it. Yeah, it's I really like it. It's, I mean, the whole outfit I'm pretty huge fan of. It's from the Ultimate Edition of the expansion, the upcoming expansion, also comes with this lovely hat. And if I were so inclined to equip it, I can also get a parrot. But I have to equip the parrot, which is the most annoying thing. Like, physically as an armor piece. Though I guess early game, I'm only losing a teeny bit of agility and stuff, but I've kind of gone off of helmets in recent times.
How can I be of service?
So I actually think the parrot is called Polly as well. What was it? Parrot. I'll like equip it in a second. I'm pretty sure it's called Polly. It is Polly. Hey, and that's the default name. I didn't even change it. What's the other? Is it the Fennec Fox, isn't it? I think that's what you otherwise get. I think bird pets are a lot more interesting to me than pretty much any other pet in the game. Like, I love my what's, I can't remember what it's called. Oh no, it's like I know where you get it. Cinderhawk, that was it. Could not for the life of me remember it. Am I going inside here or am I going inside here? I mean, I always assumed it was just something to do with pirates. I think it's probably what most people assume. I don't know, maybe they just like crackers. Just saying.
Well met.
Okay, so it is in here, but like, is it? Oh, it's because Tegwin is like instanced. Okay. Right, that's fine. I was just confused that I saw a random quest ring that didn't match up with anything, but I understand why that's the case now. So, I need to go back to here. And then we'll go to Glyn Helgen and then Lintrev, and then I think we go straight to Langaren, which we can also stable master to, so that's super useful. Makes life a teeny bit easier. And I think this one actually takes us back to Mossward. This quest with Meneldir. Or is this the prologue?
Well, it seems these are strange days indeed.
You know, we gotta go for the plumed hat. Except the plumed hat is not as good as the hat we get from this. So maybe the plumed hat isn't best hat in game anymore. Maybe this one is. It's like a fancier plumed hat. Wait. Yeah, I definitely feel stronger than I should be. But again, this is a level 7 instance now. Oh yes, oh yes. This way. I tend to accidentally lose this guy on this quest a lot. Because because I just like don't pay attention sometimes when dialogue happens. When I've heard the dialogue over and over and over again, well, I say heard, when I've read the dialogue over and over and over again constantly, I kind of just stop paying attention sometimes, and then I lose the characters and I forget where I need to go. So yeah. In another life, this Uruk gets like rehabilitated and becomes a hobbit. But that's not this life. Instead, he died. I'm just saying I can imagine it. It's like, oh no, he's wounded. We need to look after him, and then he becomes like the good Uruk, and he protects the hobbits instead of killing them. You know, obviously that's not what happens, but I actually really like when the game doesn't do or tries to do a quest line that isn't just goblin is evil because they are goblin, or orc is bad because they are orc, that kind of thing. There's a couple, I can't remember the name of him, but there's the goblin in Mordor that has a good quest line, and Minas Morgul that has a quite a fun quest line. He kind of just wants friends, basically. And there's also the Gundabad stuff where it's like, hey, I don't want to fight you. I'm being forced to fight you. I just want to go. And then we help them escape, and he helps us. And we just help him leave, and we're like... The final words we say to him are, or he says to us, is literally, I hope, you know, I wish, what was it? He basically just goes, I hope I never see you again, but not in like a horrible way. More like a, you know, if I see you again, I'm probably going to die. I don't want to ever see you again because, you know, I can't remember his name. What's he called? I don't know his name. Because that's in the Misty Mountains. That's not what I'm after. I need to click into Golgroth. It's in Saragost. No, can't think of his name. Maybe I can work out his name. Viznak, that's it. I think. Either way. Yeah, Viznak. I read it myself as I read it on stream. I swear, I was Googling.
Thank you for aiding my
I was making my way through the
This
wiki.
reflects well upon you and upon me. Why does your ranger friend just stand there?
I like Viznak though.
On a log?
He's fine.
How
I can't remember the guy from Gundabad. I don't really remember his name that much. I mean, as we all know, though, I am part of the Orc family because of Mazog and Azog. So clearly my name fits with that, right? That's Is he the one I'm thinking of? The Glurcub? He's like the one we get to play as, but it's not actually a session play, so it's not absolutely terrible, because I don't like session plays, personally. I think session plays are alright, but like, I don't know, they take me out of it. Or I don't think that's a fair way of saying it. It's just like, session plays are annoying because you log out of your character, then spending a big long loading screen, logging into another character that with skills that you don't know, and you're like not used to then suddenly complete the quest and then go into a longer loading screen to then come back into your own character. Whereas I think the way they did it in Gundabad, where you are that character but you have your own skills, is a lot better, personally. I really thought I was going to die to full damage then. Oh yeah, and then you get this thing being like, hey, you should start thinking about missions, even though you're 140 and have definitely done missions already. Oh, and a destination, the North Downs. I think one of the best things they did is making epic quest session plays skippable. Having, like, with Feyrand being a completionist character, that necessitates me needing legendary tracery tokens through the way we play him, which means I play a lot of the same epic quest over and over again on multiple different characters. And having recently had to go through Mordor, or get to Mordor, to get my next set of items, being able to skip the Frodo session plays, like, don't get me wrong, I like the Gollum session plays, actually kind of interesting and fun, but having the ability to skip it is definitely nice. I really hope these weren't items I could have used. Will, axe, hammer. Okay, cool.
Hello.
Could you spare a moment? A strange shadow.
What's he
lingers in
doing?
the
Investigate the corrupted plant. I can't speak apparently. We've done 30 quests already. Kind of crazy. So many quests. There's also the other goblin in the Bilbo missions on chapter 6 that I slightly feel bad for sometimes, because he's the one where he tells you about the key in chapter 7, but you can either listen to him or kill him. And I always listen to him, even though I know the answer already, but I feel bad about killing him. So, I don't know, I just... yes. So, the best thing to do is, even if you don't have Before the Shadow, best thing to do is go to Mossward, which is this zone here. You should be able to swift travel to it with a Stable Master. And if you go into Mossward and go into the armory and talk to the guy in there, he'll basically give you a quest called A Little Extra Never Helps. It will give you 5 Lotro points or 10 Lotro points, can't remember. And then basically it tells you to use those 10 Lotro points to buy an item in the store, specific item. And then the reward for that is the riding skill and a slow mount horse. So it's only like 32% speed, but you get the free riding skill because of it. Most horses are 62%. If you want a 62% steed, best thing to do is either do the festival, which is currently running, or you can do the wedding quest line, which you can do as soon as you get out the intro, and that gives you a Gondor steed at the end of it, which is 62%, and it also helps you level up. That's probably one of the best changes that I think they made, is just being able to do that. I thought about it on the free to play, because I've got the free to play account, and I was like, oh, I should totally do that for some free Lotro points. But honestly, the time it takes me to do that, especially on the free to play account, the time it takes me to do that, I could make more doing a Lotro point run, logging out, making a new character, getting through the intro. I guess with Bjorning, it's not as difficult anymore. But also Bjorning, you don't get the Little Extra Never Helps, or a Little Extra Never Hurts quest. You have to go to Mossward for it.
Hello.
I generally wait until sort of Black Friday time to get Lotro points and stuff like that. Yeah, I guess that's true. I've never really sort of invested too much time in it. I did when I first started. I remember when I first started, because I remember the first thing I remember like specifically buying is the premium wallet when I was a lot younger and I didn't pay for VIP and such. And yeah, I went through a couple characters like, oh my god, this is like, I found the secret way to get a ton of Lotro points. It's good now that it's just a default thing. I'm so glad. Like, that's another thing I'm really glad they just added with the free-to-play, because it was such a no-brainer for me and such a big, like, holdback for non-VIP accounts or non-premium accounts or whatever. But yeah, Black Friday, they normally do, like, double point sales or cheap expansions as well. Especially now with next week being the release of Corsairs of Umbar. I'm expecting they'll probably have Gundabad on cheap. Yeah, I think that's like the big reason I play Lotro over any other MMO, right? It's been delayed. Oh no. Oh, don't know. Okay, so the 8th. Are we saying it's the 8th? Please tell me it's the 8th. Good. I'm not here on the 15th, which is the Wednesday after. So I would be a little bit panicky because I can't not be gone. Oh, I might go. I wonder. Okay, it's been delayed. That might change up some of my things. So I was supposed to go Cardiff. I was supposed to be going Cardiff for a week. Like the 30th, 31st, etc. 1st, 2nd, 3rd. And I said I couldn't because important reasons, aka expansion. I really hope it's not the 15th. That's the thing that really annoys me sometimes, like specifically about being like time zone wise, is because I get really messed up by like I got the preview thing for Mariner. I got an email about it, and I like time wise it was like midnight for me, and I'm like, I get it, I understand why, but it's really inconvenient times to me. And same with the Ultimate Edition stuff. Like I got thankfully, like I was very grateful for it, but I got given an Ultimate Edition code for it so I could make a video and stuff. But like time wise it just didn't work out very well because of just like time zones. I'm just gonna move to Boston, just sit outside. My plan. No. But yeah, I going back to what I was saying, I think the fact that Lotro is free to play is one of the reasons I play Lotro, or like got into Lotro more than I got into any other MMO. Like, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy like the world and the universe or whatever of Lord of the Rings. Like that's definitely a big contender or a big reason. But as a kid with no money, and I'm told I can grind out, like I was happy grinding out Lotro points.
Hello.
To get, you know, these things, because at least I could still play, you know, and it wasn't like holding me back too much. There's no way I was raiding it like 14 or whatever. Never know, I could have been a WoW streamer instead. I could have been... It could have been it. No, I think... I never really got into WoW in the first place anyway. I think if there was another MMO that I would have ended up playing, it probably would have been RuneScape. Like, I was super into RuneScape. I have to not allow myself to play RuneScape. Like, I had to, like, properly force myself to, like, cancel my subscription, not allow myself to log in, because I'd have, like, 2 accounts running at the same time. I had, like, my Iron Man on, like, old school. This is, like, my Iron Man, and then my, like, regular account, which kind of got scuffed. So then I started my, like, I'd literally just spend all day like playing it and get nothing else done with my life. So I was like, right, I need to just cold turkey it. And then Melville came along, and I was like, okay, this scratches the itch, and it's AFK, like properly AFK, so I can just leave it. I haven't played Melville in a while. I get weird and I like start remaking accounts and like trying different things, and it's weird. Whereas like Lotro, I can quite happily spend a little bit of time away from. I'm not like, I have to play it today. I can be like, I don't feel like it today. It's fine. Like it's not like I'm missing out on anything major. Whereas like with RuneScape, I was like, no, I need to get to 99. I need to run my agility laps. Am I gonna get stuck? Okay, maybe not. Okay, I'm trying to work out if I want to put this on. I see no reason to. I mean, I get free resistance, I get free health, and it's whatever. Like, anything's an upgrade at that point. I also have no idea how I'm going to try and get to where I'm going to. I have gone to this place before. I'm just really bad at remembering how to get there. I think you go up and around. But it makes sense I go up that way, right? I think the closest I got was, I did play Final Fantasy XIV for a while. And I played it pretty much non-stop for like a week. And then I think just one day, and like I didn't play Lotro at all during that week either. Obviously I was like working during that week as well, so that takes up a majority of the time. But I played like pretty much exclusively Final Fantasy XIV for a while. I didn't not enjoy it. I did enjoy it. Like I kept coming back, but I just kind of like dropped it. Just didn't continue playing. Not for any particular reason. I just like went back to Lotro. But it's my addiction. Okay, I'm gonna try working backwards and hoping that I will see a passageway I didn't see a minute ago. That is the hope. The hope and the plan. And I'm also pretty sure this is the way I went the first time I went to do this. Because this map is slightly confusing. I do wish you could slightly zoom in a bit more to the map, but I guess having a full screen map is what they're for. KO? I don't know what... I assume maybe the O is online. I felt like that would be what it was called. What it would be. My brain went Night Online. I don't think so. I think I used to just play anything. No, I haven't played that. There was some random MMO I played. It was a relatively newer one. I feel like it's... Yeah, that seems to be 2004. Oh, speaking of like older games, I actually wonder. Wait a minute. We're talking about the old games that I played. I was super into Adventure Quest. And then pretty much anything that came from that company, I played. So Adventure Quest, and there was like Adventure Quest Worlds, and then what was like Mech Quest. I played Adventure Quest Worlds like an awful lot. I even like thought about like occasionally I've like YouTubed it. I've like searched it up on YouTube to be like, oh, I wonder what, like, is it still running sort of thing? I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll try and log into my old account or something like that. Yeah, I remember playing Adventure Quest on the computers at school, like my primary school. I think I just tried looking it up because it's like a Flash game, right? And I was like, oh, I wonder if Flash dying has caused anything to happen with it. Right, okay. So I am definitely not in the right place. I mean, I'm in the right place, just not got... Okay, maybe this way? I don't know what else I played. Yeah, like, I played Adventure Quest, and there was a Adventure Quest world, and that felt like a natural progression. Mech Quest is, like, just the sci-fi version. I wasn't into it as much as Adventure Quest. Did you say you were VIP though? Or not? No, I think you said, did you say about free to play? So, in terms of content, you'll have every expansion up to the release of Helm's Deep in terms of time. So you will have up to level 95 in terms of content completely free. It's a bit difficult though, because the way they word it is kind of weird, but if you kind of understand, it makes sense. So everything from the release of the game, time-wise, to the release of Helm's Deep, which is like 2013. For example, we had the Yondershire was released in like 2021, 2022 time. It's a level 20 area, but because it was released physically after Helm's Deep, it's not part of that bundle, basically. So you still have to get those. I do think Yondershire and Angle of Mathifel are two really good quest packs, just because of the amount of gear they give you. They give, like... Yondershire gives you level 20 gear that can, like, carry you to level 40, pretty much. Or at least I have it carried me to level 40 until I get the Angle gear. That's not strictly necessary. But yeah, you don't need, like... So you've got Moria, you've got Mirkwood, you've got Isengard and Helm's Deep. Isengard is my favorite expansion that I have fully played through. Still, just saying. But once you get to like Minas Tirith area and Mordor, then you start having to buy it. But like I said, in normally around sort of Black Friday sort of time, so nowish kind of, they do a lot of the time they've done reductions of the expansions to like 99 Lotro points, which is incredibly cheap considering. So that's probably your best bet, is not buying them now and just kind of waiting about a month or so. So I know people who bought them full price and then like a week later they were 99 Lotro points and super cheap. I even did a video, I think last year, where I, while they had the expansions on cheap, where I spent on a brand new character, a brand new account. I made a brand new account, and in 4.5 hours, I had unlocked all the expansions, except like the newest one, which was quite cool. Yeah, 4 hours, I think. Yeah, unlocking almost everything in 4 hours. Maybe I'll just like remake that video next time. The most redundant video. It's like this really old video I have. Maverick, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Much appreciated. Again, I will try and sort out my stream alerts because I don't have stream alerts for subs. I have them for Prime subs. I don't have them for regular subs for some reason. I would have thought they'd be shared, but they're clearly not. But that's my problem. Thank you anyway. Yeah, I have this really old video. And I still think it's a useful video, but it's like 4 or 5 years old. So quality-wise, it's not as good as I could do it now. And basically it's talking about how when you get the drunk effect for the in-league stuff, and there's also a quest for a festival where you get drunk and you have to jump over these beams, and it gets harder depending on which sort of choice you make. And the drunk effect like wobbles your screen and like distorts it. But anyway, there's a setting you can turn off that basically negates that. So I did a video about it. And it's one of those things where I'm like, this is still relevant information. Do I remake the video? Because is it me double dipping at that point? It's been like multiple years and the video is like not great. It does what it needs to, but it's like I could do it better. But it feels weird just remaking the same video. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I'm waiting for it to be relevant to the festival that we're on. I mean, it's technically relevant to every festival, but the specific quest I'm on about is slightly different. I actually wonder. Oh, okay. No, never mind. I was like, oh, I wonder if me putting the word drunk in the name of it, the title, is why it got demonetized. But no, it's a different video that got demonetized.
It was this very shadow that led me here, and it has kept me here.
Yeah, I uploaded that video in 2017. 6 years ago, yikes. Well, I haven't been very active for the last few weeks, but rest assured, I'm here to stay, hopefully. Oh, never mind. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I didn't have I had my channel stuff open, not the YouTube live streaming bit open. I had my channel. I was searching something. Yeah, my free to play. So the free to play was different. Because okay, so there were three accounts. So there was original free to play, current free to play, and in between that was hey, it's like sales are on. Here's a new account. I have a lot of accounts. If I ever need like dummy characters for any reason, I have a lot clearly going on. No, it's my bad. I'm not used to, so on my OBS is here on this screen, and I've got like Twitch chat and my activity feed. I like all my Twitch stuff, and then my YouTube stuff is on like a YouTube window over on the other screen, and I keep forgetting to look over at it. But YouTube wouldn't let me like pop out my chat. Actually, no, I think I can now because I'm streaming. Oh, okay, YouTube is now here on my screen, so I can see all the chats. To be fair, the whole YouTube thing was a very like last minute thing, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Twitch save videos. There's also I also have the VOD channel, I think. I can't remember if I have a command for it, and I will try and do it without dying. But I think if I do exclamation point VODs. Yeah, there we are. It's almost like I was prepared. I do have that channel as well, which is slowly uploading old VODs. So we should have, in theory, a complete collection, except I'm missing a few because the times where my computer crashed because I tried to copy and paste something. I think that was one thing that happened, and then just like power going out and internet going out. I had a few, there was like a good month, I think it was like July 2021, where just like everything broke every day. It was not fun. So I have like 2 streams from that month. But like I said, that video, that channel actually has more views in the last 48 hours than my actual main channel, which is just funny to me. That's what happens when you upload tons of videos constantly. Felt like I was gonna die there, but glad I didn't. I am stronger than I thought. I still think it's so weird. I think there should just be like a button rather than a key combination. The one that always confused me, there's like a key combination to be able to lock items, because I used a plugin for a bag that didn't have a lock button. I use the lock button quite a lot on items that obviously I don't want to sell. And there is a key combination. That is a scary looking thing. I don't want to defeat you. You have a lot of health. I still, for the life of me, like 10 years later, I cannot work out how to do it. I knew it for a bit, and I just stopped using that plugin. Some of the combinations in this game are weird. Like, again, the dreaded X key. The X key in this game is the worst hotkey. Just don't press it. Just don't press X. Even by accident. Especially not on purpose. Oh my god, there's way too many enemies here. It's funny, I'm doing the opposite of what I should do, because the positional damage is like in front. So I should be in front of the enemies, not running around the back of them, but maybe I'm in my burglar head zone. Okay. Try not die, please. So I've got dodge, I've got that, so I do thrust into advance, applies a bleed, advance becomes sweeping advance, because I want an AoE. I've been trying to get an AoE for ages, so if I can get sweeping advance, I will happily take that. And I'm also going to swap those two around. I think 1 into 2 is good. Thrust into sweeping advance makes sense. In my head. Because then I get a bleed. And then dramatic flourish. Debilitating strike disarms your targets. I don't really care about disarming. What am I going to do? Try and disarm a spider? I've got to do it multiple times. Won't work. Yeah, the dreaded X key summons a bear. Should have probably told you. I should do a video about it, like I said, and I should just... sometimes I think of stupid video titles. Not necessarily stupid video titles, but stuff that's like a little out of character for me. For a video title, I want to just title it something like, "Do not press this button in Lotro." Like just something super like over the top. I think it would be funny, but also kind of fitting. I do it a lot where I think of a stupid title for a video and then I think of the actual video. I'm like, oh, this title will be funny. How can I make that a video? Does it summon enemies? I feel like it has to summon them. Am I not done yet? I feel like I picked up a load already. Am I not? Am I going crazy over here? Oh, I'm now stuck in spiderwebs. I'm not even in combat. And how am I? Come on. Come on. Thank you. Please. Everybody, Lotro lag. Like I would say, Lotro lag turns the game into a like an RPG, like just a turn-based RPG. Is it my turn yet? Oh my god, it died. Oh my god, I got reduced awareness. My favorite status effect. Okay. Right, fingers crossed. I can just... This is gonna be my... Oh, I've got to defeat you. Fingers crossed. This will be my final... thing I have to click. To be fair, that is the only bit of lag I've dealt with all day. So I am a little bit over exaggerating. I mean, it did turn into a turn-based RPG at that point, but it's definitely not as bad as it has been. But I don't know if that's just kind of because it's just behaving a bit better or if they've actively done stuff. I remember ages ago, I think it was Sevelin, posted on Twitter about, oh, like, we found a way to, like, super reduce lag. Hopefully we can implement it soon. I don't know if that ever got implemented or if that was the Delvings thing or what have you. But, I don't know. It's weird sometimes because I feel like if SSG were... if SSG were to just be like, hey, we found an issue, we fixed it, and like actively went, right, we have done this to reduce lag, or just like acknowledged it when they change something to affect lag, I feel like they got a lot more praise than they do. Because right now people like they'll change something and be like, has it affected it? I don't actually know if it's affected it, because you just gotta like feel it. Just like, oh, it feels kind of better, sort of. I don't actually know.
Hello.
I had anticipated a further progressed corruption.
Oh, cool. I get to just stay here.
Transformed into
Grind the
something
plants in the
else
mortar and pestle.
entirely.
Talk to you
Take
again.
the samples and mix them with the ingredients.
And I'm becoming an alchemist. I'm somehow in Skyrim again. This is what I do in Skyrim. I end up being an alchemist all the time. It's just how things work.
You have done well. This drop should be enough.
I feel like
to stave off the
I can't remember. I think I played Skyrim on stream once. A long time ago. Just a really random thought that came to my head. But yeah. I do think maybe sometime I'll like play some non-Lotro games on stream. But at the same time, sometimes I just like to just have a really bad posture while I play a game for a couple of hours. You know? And not be judged for my bad posture. Except me, to myself, when I realize how bad it is. I had a thing just to like every half an hour, just posture check. Posture check. Shouts at me. You gonna trigger the quest? Find a suitable area to pour the vial. Okay. Only this spot. Nowhere else. Nowhere else in this water. Like, nowhere on this line is suitable. Just specifically that one spot. Nowhere else. Otherwise, completely no point. Why even bother? Why would you do this? Give me a second. So I have already completed like the main epic quest on multiple characters. I have not completed like every single quest. We do have Feyrand, who is my completionist character, so that is he's level 105 at the moment, and he is completing every single, like, he's going expansion to expansion and completing everything in between. So I've completed everything from 1 to 50, which is the original Shadows of Angmar, and then we did, so the max level is 140. In 2 weeks time, or whenever the expansion fully releases, it's going to be 150. So but yeah, he's going between, he's done like all the content between level 1 and 105. Well, technically 105. He's still working on 105. And then the idea is, once we complete everything at 105 and get all our gear, we're going to move on to Mordor, which is up to 115, and then do all that content, get our best in slot gear, and then move on to 120, 130, 140, 150, etc. So it's quite an in-depth thing. In fact, let's have a little look at Feyrand. I haven't looked at Feyrand in a time. He's a little bit left alone. My beautiful boy, Feyrand. We see. Where is he anyway? Am I going by level? Yeah. My beautiful boy. I think I'm in my house at the minute. I think. I don't know where I left him. No, I'm not in my house. I'm on the garden because I was recording a video with him, which then I never used. So you can get like houses, like normal house. So there's regular house, premium house, and then you can get kinship houses, which is for like guilds basically, and then you can get an extra big one for like a lot of lottery points. So technically we have an island. Technically, I spent a lot of money, like actual money, not a lot of money. I spent money to buy an island. Like I bought an island. Like this is my island. And then Ghost has just like chucked all the decorations in the world on it. There's not really much logic to it. I'm not gonna lie. Let me get my overheads back up. Oh, my overheads are on. That's interesting. But yeah, I love Feyrand because I love his cloak, because his cloak is super sparkly. I got the cloak from Saruman. Well, kind of. Saruman and a dragon technically are the culmination of those two is what my cloak is today. Let's just open these up. Oh, a large box of festival tokens. I did not know that was a thing. What are we on? Are we on full festival? Go for it. But yeah, my many gold items with the Brutiest. He's a high elf. Because he's a warden and wardens do light damage. This isn't the reason. I just love high elves. Like pretty much every character I make is a high elf. But high elves get light damage boost and warden does light damage. So therefore, technically, the best choice. Technically. I actually need to check though. Legendary item. I don't know what I'm legendary on or not. Have I got everything legendary at this point? I need to check. Spear Gambit, Gambit Builder, that one. I think I'm maybe one off. Ascendant Light. Heraldry. So Heraldries I know for a fact. I mean, I could just check if they're all 250, right? But 250, 250, boom, boom, boom. Okay. So I am actually sorted in terms of that stuff. I think I just need to do a couple more essences to get my crit up a teeny bit. 0.3%. But yeah. Alrighty, have a good one. See you later. Hobbit, I used to not, not agree with that. But Hobbit cannot be a mariner, and High Elf can be a mariner. That's all I'm saying. Just saying. I also really like this emote. Like, I think I said it in the video, but I think this is one of my favorite emotes. Even though it really doesn't fit because I have a spear and I don't have a sword. Even though sword is technically more damage, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Anyway. Yeah. I'm literally at this point still just waiting to grind out a couple of my last, like, kind of raidy stuff. Because of, what was it? I need to grind out, like, my 2 earrings? No, is it earrings? I think it's my 2 earrings or my 2 bracelets. I think those are the last 2 things, and I just haven't done it. Because I have not done it. Do I need an extra reason? No. I just haven't done it. Alright, though. We'll spend a little bit more time on here, and then I think I will head off the evening, because this is our nice little test of YouTube situation. On top of, again, I have to be up super early tomorrow. I have to, like, pretty much be out by 6. So, that's kind of early. It's not really. Like, I normally wake up at, like, 6:30. But, like, I've got to leave at 6, which means I kind of have to be up at, like, earlier than 6. You know?
A lovely day, isn't it?
A little bit annoying. It's only because it's the holidays this week. I've got to do a lot of work. But I do finish off early tomorrow because I've got to be in that. I finish an hour early, so I finish at 4. So, no, I finish at 3 tomorrow instead of 4. Which means I will get back in time to stream. Obviously, servers will be down tomorrow for patch / maintenance, etc. So fingers crossed, we sort of, get back in time. There's no real consistency to patch days, let's be honest. You're very welcome. I hope to see you around a little more if you're interested. As I said, trying to stream tomorrow as well, and just generally a little bit more consistently now that I'm more available. Let's just put it that way. Hey, it's Saruman, Gandalf, and Radagast. Look at you guys. Even here he looks grumpy and mean. Look at him. He hasn't even got his beautiful cloak yet. Oh, this reminds me of that thing I've got to do. My favorite character. Second favorite character. What? I don't know. I don't know who my favorite character in the game is. Like, other than Feyrand. Because, like, I love him. That's an interesting thought I've never really super thought about.
Greetings, friend.
I know, like... Fair enough. I don't like kick anybody or anything, so it's just up to people if they want to do anything with it. I need to, like, kickstart that a bit. We were doing it a lot for a while, and then we just kind of stopped because I stopped doing as much, and then, like, people took breaks and stuff. So I definitely want to try and see if I can do more. Because I wanted to get together and try and do Throne of the Dread Terror at some point in life. But I, like, disappeared for ages, so I can't exactly speak. You know? Yeah, I can't think of like fully who my favorite character is. Oh, Joy. Am I in a rock? Well, okay. I mean, if you say so. I know, like... Oh, am I actually stuck? Don't tell me I'm actually stuck. No! It's fine. Oh, wait, am I moving? Because I'm like... No, I've ruined myself more! Because I'm technically falling, I'm moving, which means I can't use my skills. Okay, let's do a slash stuck. Let us wait for a minute. What can we talk about for 1 minute? I forgot my camera follows me. I feel like I'm being stalked by my camera. Whoa. Whoa. I thought I turned it off. I must have accidentally restarted. I had to update the firmware on it, so maybe that was why. I was like, oh, I'm like surprisingly in frame a lot of the time, even though I'm like all the way over there. Just glad the background's blurred so you can't see how messy it is over there. Actually, it's not too bad, actually. I have a box and a few letters on my coffee table. Don't judge. So, I'm really good at breaking this game. I know, I'm pretty sure I've done this like multiple times. I feel like I should know it by now, but clearly don't pay enough attention. Am I at least close? No, not really. Okay, I don't trust myself. I'm gonna be normal, and we're gonna go there normally. I think what I'm gonna do is, I need to double check where we're at in terms of questline. But I think what we'll do is we'll probably go into a like at Langaren, which I think is a couple of quests, like 1 or 2 maybe. And then we'll probably leave it there for the rest of the day. And then I need to fiddle about with settings, just working out a few things there. Let's hear about my streaming PC. So I have my old PC, not an old PC, but an old PC, and I have a capture card. I have a 4K capture card. So in theory, like I could very easily set up a stream PC. So I don't know. Maybe do we do that? It's a lot of effort though. Like trying to set that up, because I had a stream PC for a bit, and it's just so much hassle. Like, if I can just click one button, I'd rather click one button. Not gonna lie. It'll be so much better. Rather than have, like, 2 mice, 2 keyboard, many cables. Okay. I think 13 isn't a terrible... Like, what? We've been streaming for, like, 3 hours, right? I think level 13 in 3 hours is not the worst thing. And we got a little bit distracted by Fairand. He's wonderful. And the mountain trying to swallow us whole. And a few other things. So I don't think it's too bad. Should play I don't really know. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to think of what class I want to play. Like, Marin is nice, but you're not guaranteed to have it because it's like brand new. I want to go play my brawler again. I have my casual completionist brawler and runekeeper, and I've been meaning to get him. Like, they're both at level 50. I've been meaning to go play my brawler again because I did enjoy it. But I'm not at the point where I have like a rotation going. But I feel like quite early in game you don't. You just kind of have to wait until a bit later to get all your skills. And all your like trade points. Maybe I should play Guardian though. I wanted to, I talked about this ages ago, I think, but I wanted to actually set up, because I've got like one of every class at least. I did want to, at some point, set up a like, almost like randomizer thing, where it will just randomly tell me to do something with a class. Like, sometimes I don't know what I want to play. So I wanted a thing where I, you know, list all my characters and maybe give like a couple of, say what level they're at, maybe. And it would randomly just be like, okay, you should take this character and level them up 5 levels, or get them to this level, or go get a new piece of gear, or like just an objective for me to do.
Greetings, friend.
But there's so much you can do on characters. Okie dokes.
You bring interesting tidings.
I always bring interesting tidings. I am the interesting one. So we finally get an upgrade. Kind of, not really. Our vitality stays the same, but hey, we get other stats, so that's kind of it.
Bothering me since this morning.
What can I do to help the village? Can I come with you?
No, Tegwin. Leave me alone. I don't need you. I think as well, we should probably get to 14 by the end of this. It's crazy we've done literally every quest available to us at this point. Oh yeah, what do we have to do? We should go up here first, actually. I think Cravens and thingies are easy as the whetstones are the kind of time sink. Only because they're kind of few and far between. Yeah, I say that though. Actually, killing enemies might be a problem. Not because they're difficult, it's just finding them. Especially when they're grayed out, because finding grayed out enemies is just a hassle. That tree is floating, and I'm very proud of it for doing so. And now it is, you know, grounded itself, kind of. It's still technically floating. Okay, let's dismount real quick, because I know he's going to try and hit me. And then Cravens and Boars. Cravens are really easy because they're normally like packs of 3. Boars, though, could be a slight issue depending. So we're at one of those situations where I feel like it's better to stay off my horse, because if I get on my horse, I'm probably going to immediately find a boar and then have to dismount. So, like, why bother? Not sure I've ever gone up this far, but I did not know there were a ton of Craven here. But now I do, so if I ever need a lot, then at least I guess I know where they are. Okay. Just tab until we find them. That's pretty much it. Any more boars? Okay, I clearly should have gone looking for these first. Because, there doesn't seem to be any. Just generally. There's no boars at all. What is this? Evendim? Can't find a single one. Oh, never mind. I just had to mention Evendim and they show up. Oh, and another. Cool. Maybe I found a better spot for them. And another. I think my biggest struggle, and this may sound really dumb, sometimes at a distance at least, I'm unable to tell the difference between a moss-hide boar and a copper deposit. Because they're kind of the same shape. And they're kind of the same color. Like, kind of. Not like exactly, but enough that at a distance...
Megovanen.
I might get confused. It's Danke. Thank you for the follow. And much appreciated. Was that 8? Oh, I forget that they can drop doubles. So I probably got a lot further ahead because of that. That makes a lot more sense. Oh my god. That was a lot of like resonance. I'm glad to hear that I'm at least a little bit useful. And hopefully one day more videos will come out properly. I'm still in the middle of writing the script for like the video I really want to make. So fingers crossed.
Thank you for these.
Sometime soon, maybe before the new year. I don't think it'll be before the new year, honestly. I want to get the video done. Like, I know it's giving me a lot of time, but I want to get this video, the specific video done before April because I need it for context for an April video. Make of that what you will. That I specifically have to make a video in April, but yeah. So missions are basically just repeatable daily quests that can either be exactly the same in some cases every day or change every day. So there's a couple of different versions. So there's the Before the Shadow ones. They also include delvings, which is a difficulty modifier that gives you a reward. That's kind of separate, but they're basically, yeah, different quests or repeatable quests that will then give you tokens that you can then trade. So for example, when you get to level 20, you can go to the first ones that were released were in the Troll Shores, so that's in Rivendell, and you talk to a guy just outside the Last Homely House. There are 10 chapters. You can do all of them in one day. There's a limit of 15 missions per, or 15 instances per hour, so you can do 15 in an hour, but they are scaling repeatable missions that tell a story in most cases. So the Rivendell ones are the Ballad of Bingo Boffin, so it's a quest line about bingo. No, sorry, I'm stupid. That is a thing, Ballad of Bingo Boffin, but it's not what they are. Ballad of Bingo Boffin, there is the... What are they called? Further Adventures. Yeah, Further Adventures of Bilbo Baggins. That was it. So that is just like not spoilers, but kind of spoilers. Bilbo goes missing and you have to go find him. So you go to different areas to gather clues, that kind of thing. They're just a nice way of leveling up, basically, and getting like a little bit more stuff. And they give rewards like coins that you can then trade for gear. You then get some like ones in Wildwoods, War of Three Peaks. War of Three Peaks is like a level 130 zone, but you can go there for missions at level 20. So it doesn't necessarily add to the story. It's just like kind of separate. It's like the way I like to think of it is just like extra, like, oh, we can fit this in, so here's just like it as a little separate thing. I quite like the Battle of the Bingo Boffin. I think that's quite fun. Then you've got the further adventures of Bilbo Baggins. You also get the further adventures of Eladan and Elrohir, so that's also in Rivendell. But yeah, it's just a nice way, and you can get some rewards if you do 15 or 45 in a week. You don't strictly need to do them. They're just more like, it's more of a,
How can I be
a lot of people do it more at max level, honestly. Like, a lot of people just want to level up through them. Is a lot of the time. Or you do a me, and I have a level 20 character that is level capped at level 20 because the missions scale. So I can take a level 140 character and a level 20 character, and I join at level 20, and then I've got a 140 attacking level 20 enemies, and it makes it really quick for me to gain stats. I totally not gaming the system now. Don't know what you're on about.
We have little to say to your kind.
I don't do that. Nobody tell them. I think they're well aware. People advertise that in Watch How a lot. Okay, I am going to leave it off on the most fitting, in my opinion, Mariner quest. So we are in Langaren. I said we were finish off in Langaren.
Would you do something for me?
But I'm going to leave it on the most fitting
can I be of
quest,
service?
other than the VIP thing, because I want the VIP thing. Because I need money. So I need to just sell stuff. We're going to go fishing.
Won't you lend me your...
I love fishing. It's great.
Greetings. Will you remain
So I'm going to train
here
fishing.
long?
I'm going to get my fishing rod. And we're going to go fish. This is genuinely a quest. And yeah. And we all have to hope that one day they add more hobbies. Because fishing on its own is kind of sad. Like, being on its own, I like the fishing in this game. Cool. Finish. Decent amount of experience. Okay. I feel like I have to kill something. I feel like I have to... I can't leave it off there. 94 experience away from leveling. That feels like... cruel. Okay, Avank, you're dangerous and part of a quest. Please don't poison me. That could be problematic. Never mind. Didn't give me enough. 26 experience. And Avank gives me 24. Please don't leave me at 2 experience away. I will cry. Well, he did. He didn't leave me at 2 experience away. It was more like 4, but yeah, still not exactly thrilled. Okay, finally a level up. Yikes. Took a long time. Okay. So we are officially level 14. I have another trade point to spend, so I'm just going to do 2% extra damage, I guess. Why not? And we are pretty much still at the beginning of the Before the Shadow work. And we get a sword upgrade and stuff, which is nice. Yeah, pretty good. I don't know if we'll strictly follow on with this tomorrow. Hopefully we can fix the weird, like, potential YouTube-y stuff, because YouTube is like... I'm not used to it. I streamed like twice on YouTube in 2020, And it's been 3 years, and I've been streaming like exclusively on Twitch since then. So I have to get used to the whole setup, and they've changed a lot of things since I last did it, or that I remember. But hopefully we can work it out. But that is going to be it for me this evening. Thank you all for coming along. I apologize for being gone for so long, but thank you all for coming along nonetheless. I do still live. I do still exist. And as we said at the beginning, I'm not in jail, which is good, I think. Yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully tomorrow there will be a regular stream. Depends on when the servers come up. If they come up super late, then it might not be. But if they come up at a decent time, then we should be fine. I'm going to go now. Thank you all for coming along. And if you haven't already, make sure you are following the Twitch or subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we're streaming on both now. That's the thing. And we've also got the VOD channel as well, which should be in the YouTube channels things. Or I think if you just look up like my channel, it should come up. Anyway, enough blabbering. I'm really bad at outros. I'm going to go now. See you guys later. Bye-bye.